back, nigga! Fight back!
Hey, welcome back to part 2 of the Logia grind series. And for those of you that have not watched part 1 already, go ahead and watch that because you gotta get caught up on what's going on. Now, if you have watched part 1, you already know that I'm gonna give away this account to one of you guys by the end of the series. All you gotta do to enter is hit that sub button, because we on the road to 1K. Alright, so I know y'all don't want to listen to me talk, so we're gonna start on the next island, also known as... Take this island with a grain of salt because we have pros and we have cons on this island. It's pretty much the best way to get XP as a starter in the game because all you have to do is cuck the NPCs on the wall then finish them off. You could say the cons of Barati are pretty self-explanatory. So, let's explain this story from the beginning. As soon as I got to Barati, I saw these sweats, so I went to go set my spawn immediately because I don't want to die. Then I went to go get Blackleg first. As soon as I got Blackleg, I was ready to start grinding, but this guy was already farming, and he wouldn't invite me to his party, so I just switched servers. Literally, immediately the next server I joined, these two guys were already PvPing, so I thought this would be good for me because I could actually like grind while they're doing their little fight, but... in short, I just ended up getting packed. Again. Then we ended up getting packed the second time. And not even the sharks decided to mess with me. So I decided to give life one last chance. And for a moment, everything was actually going pretty good. I was having fun and getting XP then... yeah, I pretty much just ended up rage quitting. Then I had a genius plan to get on when the sweats were going to school.
Alright guys, it's 6 AM, so I'm gonna see if I can get in a couple more levels before I have to go to school, so wish me luck guys.
And I'm not gonna lie, my genius plan of waking up early and playing the game was actually the smartest thing I've ever done. Like, I was leveling up like crazy, and I finally made it to level 50 eventually, and I started loving life again because we were getting really strong and this was getting really easy. And when I got home from school, I met this chill guy in the server and we actually started grinding together for a while. And instead of getting jumped, we were the ones doing the jumping for once.
Fight back, nigga! Fight back!
And not to mention, this guy was also a genius because he had the Horo fruit, and he would use Soul Bound to bring the NPCs to the wall, and we would use party table kicks right after that. You could say it was pretty cozy because no toxic sweats were coming and life was like amazing, nothing was going on. We were having the best years of our life, and I really thought nothing could change it.
But you guys already know the universe hates me, so we ended up lagging out, then switched servers. Now, this right here is what you call a devil fruit. And in honor of the guy from Barati, we're going to be eating this as our first devil fruit, and we're going to be going to get haki next. Ultimately, it's going to make grinding a lot faster. Alright, so I just found out about that crazy stam drain, so instead we ended up resetting the devil fruit. Then this guy gave us a marrow in trade hub, so we ended up eating that. And shoutouts to him, because marrow was actually low-key carrying for a bit. So after getting a lift to Quarry Island, it was time for us to start the not so fun haki training arc. In the quest itself really isn't the bad part, it's more like being by yourself when you're doing the quest. It would probably take me about an hour to do this alone, and with help it obviously went a lot quicker. So I'm gonna play a quick little grinding montage for you guys, but if you want to skip that, go to this time right here on the screen.
So we got the clue how the this we go, don't you know, no more art. And as I look to the horizon, not the ground, by the stormy winds go too cold.
Fight back, nigga!
Out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You'll never see it come.
After about 30 minutes of grinding here, I was finally relieved to have gone haki, but before we went back to grinding, I had to do something very important. Now that we got that out of the way, it's time for us to go to the next island. We ended up getting a lift from our friend here, so triple shoutouts to him. Then we actually ended up getting chased by marines on our way to the next island. We ended up making it just in time, and then it was time for us to start the Sky Island arc, also known as the Sky P arc, if you're picky. When we entered Heaven's Gates, it was time for us to set spawn so we can start this easy farm. Literally, the only reason why I love Skypea is just because we have to do like so little bandits and we get so much XP for it. Like, this is literally heaven. I think I found myself a new favorite island because this one was just perfect. I didn't have to deal with any sweats, I was by myself, the bandits were like not hard at all, and I'm pretty sure this was the fastest time I've been leveling up. I even ended up buying double XP just to make it go even faster. But come on, nobody's perfect, if you know what I mean. Counted our first sweat after a while, but all he did was really just like stare at me. And then eventually he kind of just left. I don't even know why I even mentioned it in the first place. It was just kind of weird that he watched me grind for a bit. And since Skypea is so big, it's kind of like divided into 2 separate grinding areas. I'm only here for a few levels. And not gonna lie to you guys, we even got ourselves observation hockey.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What did I tell you? So the first part of Skypea was actually pretty short because we only had to go like 10 levels. So it was about time for us to move on to the second part of Skypea. Now, I'm not saying that this part was hard. It was just very boring. Just the fact that we had to stay there until level 160 was just very like exhausting, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. I can say about halfway through the grind in the second part of Skypea, I started using a different strat to get levels faster, and then me and this guy were just doing it together until I got reached level 160. The only thing special I have to say about this is that we actually did not get jumped for once, and it was time for me to end the Skypea arc. We were nearing the end and it was almost time for us to finish the last couple islands, then it would be time for us to start the fruit grinding arc. But as you know, the fate of this series is in your hands. If this video gets 20 likes, we will get the logia next part and make that the last and final part of the series. So once again, that's it for now. I kinda have to get back to recording part 3, so I'll see you guys next week.